Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Soft. Welcome back to the channel. So not even an hour ago, MiHoYo dropped the official teaser trailer for Kamisato Ayaka. I know, we're on it today. We really are. It's actually just luck. And to be honest with you guys, they usually launch them around the same times, on the same certain days before a new character comes out. But I digress. Today, we're gonna go through this trailer. We're also gonna go through a quick build guide for you guys out there. The build guide is going to include her stats, it's going to include her kit, weapons, and artifacts that we want to be using on her based off of everything that she is going to be built around. So make sure you guys stick through all the way to the end of the video so you don't miss anything on this. It's pretty simple when it comes to her kit. You guys are going to see that when we get there. But before we get started, remember to like the video. If you guys like the video, remember when you roll on Kamisato, you're going to get her guaranteed on your first wish. It works every time. And also subscribe so you don't miss any future content. And without further ado, let's get into it.
The Yashiro Commission's duty is to assist shrine maidens with sacred matters, and to manage distinguished artists of all kinds.
Your lips don't match the syncing?
Ever since I was a child, I've been studying etiquette. Painting and calligraphy.
Looks nice. Okay.
And the art of the sword.
The art of the katana. Na.
It's the Shirazaki Himekimi!
Meeting a foreign envoy, Miss Kamisato?
Yo, who's
Always
that?
working hard, I see.
Sound like a chump.
You as well.
She has a really nice character model.
What is this?
Ah, why these are for the coming festival. Preparations
Why,
are
these
already
are for
in
the
full
coming
swing.
festival.
I see.
That was literally an artifact.
Good to be home. I
All
can
right.
finally put all my etiquette aside for a moment. Oh, a pair of masks. When did you purchase these? But as eldest daughter of the clan. Huh? Festivals? Well,
Nobody's talking to you. What are you... Okay. She talking to herself? Like, what's going on? Honey Impact, Honey Hunters, you guys already know the drill. You know the vibes. Let's go! All right. Cryo Sword User. The first katana user. I mean, I guess there might be a sword that looks like a katana. I don't know. I think there is that they're adding. But hey, it is what it is. All right, so she has been in beta, I think, a long time ago. They probably did another beta. I don't know. I'm not part of that group. I don't even really want to be, but it is what it is. Let's check out her stats here. You can see the base HP is 12,800. Base attack is 342. Base defense 784. Crit damage is her scaling stat. Shoo! You guys already know what it is. When it's crit damage or crit rate, you know main damage dealer. All right? We already know what it is. All right, let's get into it. We have 88%, 88.4 once you get to level 80 plus here. She uses the regular ice stones to level. There is a newer item here that is currently not in the game, the perpetual heart. You will be able to get that from the perpetual machine mechanical arrays. You guys should have known what that is. If you don't know what that is now, you can go back to their live stream that they had. You guys will be able to see it there. They also have the sakura blooms, which you're going to be able to find these relatively easy. Those are usually easy to find, usually easy from enemy. These are from normal mook enemies around the world. These are the old handguards, and they'll be just like handguards that you level up over time. Easy, no problem, easy to get. She has a 5 attack sequence for her white damage. You guys can see the scaling here. Nothing crazy, nothing out of the ordinary. The fourth hit, though, is a 3 damage strike, and the charged attack is a 3 damage strike as well. There could be some pretty cool things you might be able to do with this. Scales up fairly nicely here as well at level 5. All right, the E ability has a cooldown of 10 seconds, and it is AoE cryo damage. That is not surprising at all. She's a cryo user. She does have a sprint similar to Mona's, So, but it is cryo infused. So another thing that is cryo. This is really cool because I don't have Mona. And to be honest with you, I might not roll on her either because there is another character coming out right after her, 2 characters coming right after her that are brand new. So we'll see. It all depends on the situation because I am mostly free to play, but I am open to donations. If you guys want to donate when I do my live stream pools, there will be a link down below. Well, it's not really a link. It's just the Cash App down below. Everything that gets sent there will be for wishes and rolls in Genshin Impact. If there's enough there, we will do rolls for Ayaka. So check that out if you guys want to see that live on stream. Let's look at her ultimate, her burst. And this is the Sometsu. So it's a whirling icy winds. You guys probably may have seen this from the demonstration. It's all cryo, AoE cryo damage, a bunch of cryo. So you have the cutting damage, then you have the bloom damage, and then you have the duration of 5 seconds and a cooldown of 20 seconds. Energy cost is 80. It's pretty high up there, so it might be a good idea, well, depending on how you be able to use this sprint here, because it does apply cryo to enemies when you hit them. It might be a good idea to have a battery. So you have other batteries that are burst DPS or supports. You can use Diona. She's an amazing cryo support and all-around support. She's a healer. She has a shield. She's amazing. It might be a good idea to bring her. You can use who else? Right off the top of my head, Rosaria. She has an AoE cryo dot that you put down on the ground. She also has a really fast E ability as well that's cryo, so that she might be a pretty good battery, and she does some pretty decent cryo damage. So if you want to build your, it looks like we're going to be looking at a lot of cryo damage here, and nothing is screaming out physical damage, nothing is really screaming out anything else. Cryo damage and melt and freeze comp here. Get that in your head. Let's stick to it. Here are your talent ascension materials. More of these same materials that we're going to be able to get from the open world. And then we have a new material, a new book, the Teachings of Elegance. So you're going to have the Elegance scrolls are going to be hers. So you're going to have to stock up on those once we see the new domains in the new area. All right, and we also have the Blood Jade branch, which you do get from Azdaha. And if you guys already know, he is the most annoying boss to fight currently in the game because you do have to you only have a few chances to attack him before you actually die. So there's that. Have fun building this because yikes. All right, her passive talents. Her first one, when Ayaka crafts weapon ascension material, she has 10% chance to receive double the product. Love these. Anything that gives you extra product back or more product is good. Her second passive is after using Kamisato Kamisato Ayaka's normal and charged attacks deal 30% increased damage for 6 seconds, guys. Anything that's passive that gives you more damage, especially like this, normal and charged attacks 30% more, gotta tell you, I love that. I really do. All right, and her final passive, when the cryo application at the end of Kamisato Art Senho hits an opponent, Kamisato Ayaka gains the following effects: restores 10 stamina, nice, gains 18% cryo damage bonus for 10 seconds. You love this. You love seeing passive abilities that give them more damage. Not everybody has that, you know? Not everybody does. But Ayaka does, and that's all that matters, right? That's what you're here for. Constellations, we're really not going to go too into them because most people, let's be honest, will not be getting constellations unless you're a whale or extremely lucky, which is the minority. But we will go over them. C1, when Ayaka's normal and charged attacks deal cryo damage opponents, has a 50% chance of decreasing the CD, the cooldown, of Kamisato Ayaka by 0.3 seconds. This effect can occur once every 0.1 seconds. C2, when casting Kamisato Art Sometsu, unleashes 2 smaller additional Frost Flake Senki no To, each dealing 20% of the original storm's damage. That's for the ult. Your ult gets more damage. C3, just a level up. C4, opponents damaged by Sometsu's Frost Flakes Senki no To will have their defense decreased by 30%. This is huge here if you end up getting that many constellations. Any type of debuff is more damage, and we love that. C5 increase. C5 is just another increase to talent. C6, Ayaka gains Yusihari Boto every 10 seconds, increasing her charge attack damage by 298%. This buff will be cleared 0.5 seconds after Ayaka charge attack hits an opponent, after which the timer for this ability will restart. C6 is somewhat broken. That charge attack becomes so strong. That is actually wild. So, looking at this, guys, cryo is the focus for Ayaka. So, building her any other way, you may be missing out on damage. That being said, let's go ahead and look at the artifact set that I think should be going with her paired, and that is the Blizzard Strayer. That's pretty obvious, right? You get a cryo damage bonus of 15%. 4 pieces. When character attacks an opponent affected by cryo, their crit rate is increased by 20%. If the opponent is frozen, crit rate is increased by an additional 20%. Now, you could go this route, and then you could possibly go another 2-piece. Like if you want to go 2-piece this, and then we're going to go back here. You can do the 4-piece, but this, if you do the 4-piece, most likely you're going to be wanting to do a freeze comp. Okay, so that way you can maximize the crit rate and not worry about getting so much crit rate as substats in your artifact set, or going with a crit rate circlet. You can go full crit damage in your artifact set if you want to use this as your 4-piece set. That is something that I think is useful. It's a lot of CC there for her. If you use the freeze comp, there's a lot of people you can use for that. You can put Barbara in the team. You can use Xing Cho in the team. If you have Child, if you have Mona, there's a lot of ways that you can keep the freeze going, and infinite freeze, especially if you're using another cryo battery for her in there and have 2 hydro, 2 cryo. Not always the best situation to be in, because you never know what you're going to be up against sometimes. Well, for the most part, you know what you're going to be up against. For sometimes you don't. If you want to be prepared for everything, you got to be a little bit more diversified with your team. But if not, then freeze comp will get you big damage that you don't have to worry about. Now, if you're going the different route, you can go with the 2-piece here, and then maybe go with a 2-piece in the Glad or the new set that is coming out as well, the Shimenawa's Reminiscence, which also gives you the 2-piece the attack 18% there. That's going to be in a new artifact domain coming out in Azuma. You could possibly also go with a 2-piece Noblesse in there with elemental burst damage 20% if you want more of the ult damage. All really depends on how you guys want to build her, but remember, cryo is the main source of her damage, it seems here. So don't go too crazy with trying to do like a fizz damage build on her, because that might not be the most feasible thing here. All right, that being said, let's look at weapons now. Crit damage is going to be her side by side. We have the Mist Splitters reforged here. Let's take a look at it real quick. New 5-star coming out. Crit damage, big PP here. 674 at level 90. 44 crit damage when it is level 90. All right, let's look at the passive. Gain 12% elemental damage bonus for all element, and receive the might of Mist Splitter's emblem, a stack of levels 1, 2, and 3. The Mist Splitter's emblem provides 8, 16, 28% elemental damage bonus for the character's elemental type. The character will obtain 1 stack of Mist Splitter's emblem in each of the following scenarios. Normal attack, elemental damage stacks lasts 5 seconds. Casting elemental burst lasts for 10 seconds, so it's variable there depending on what type of elemental damage you do. Energy is less than 100%. Stack disappears when energy is full, okay? Each stack duration is calculated independently. So you guys do want to be using your ult when you get your ult if you're using this weapon, and then build it back up to get more damage. So main damage dealer weapon here, always on the field using this. We did a video on this already, guys. I will leave an iCard up above. There's this weapon and another weapon that is coming out in the next update, or next 2 updates for the new characters. They are 5-star weapons, and you know, they are pretty broken. You love to see it. I do, at least. So this is going to be perfect for her because it's based off of elemental damage, and she is cryo based. It's a huge PP for her. I love it. You love to see it. But if you don't have access to this, and you don't want to spend all your hard-earned Prima Gems or your money on a weapon banner, well, what else do we have? Well, if you're not going for crit damage, if you're going for a crit damage circlet, you don't want to have too much crit damage. You want to balance it out. Maybe a crit rate weapon. The Primordial Jade Cutter is decent there. You can also go for the Black Sword, which is crit rate as well. yeah, I don't see a problem with using that. And that's for a 4-star. And another 4-star, we do have crit damage here. The Black Cliff sword, not bad. So we have options here, guys, and I believe this one here, the Black Sword, this is in the Battle Pass. So the fact that it's in the Battle Pass allows you to be able to get it. Anybody can get it. I gotta tell you right now, it won't be a bad option. You just have to balance out your crit rate, crit damage ratios. Some of you guys might be trying to go for the max damage and you just want all crit damage, so you can post that one clip of the one-time, once in a lifetime crit damage hit that they actually do. But for most people, you want a well-rounded build. Going crit rate weapon will be fine, okay? That's a nice way to round it out, as long as you're going crit damage substats on your artifacts and crit damage circlet with hopefully crit rate in that circlet as well. All right, so that's what you want to look for. Go for crit damage in your substat. Hopefully you can get a 4-star or more. Go for crit rate as your substat, and that's it. If you can get your hands on a 5-star, those are the 5 stars that you want to get. You want to make sure that it's crit rate or crit damage. All right, there's that, guys. So my final thoughts on Ayaka. She's looking great. She looks like she's going to be panning out to be a big damage dealer in the cryo element. So you guys might want to think about your team comp here. Go from some freeze comps, go for melts. You know, going with the superconduct might not be the way, because physical damage isn't going to be her forte. But if you want to go like if you want to do another way, maybe you have somebody else that's going to be a main physical damage dealer, and she just helps getting out that cryo burst damage, and you want to use her as a burst DPS, you can build her that way as well. If you don't want her as a main DPS, burst DPS is fine. But those are your options, guys. This is what I'm thinking right now. If I missed anything, let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys plan on doing when you get her, how you're gonna build her. Yeah, if you have any unique builds in mind, let me know down below. If you guys liked the video, be sure to give it a like. Also subscribe so you don't miss any future content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.